Squeeze in, past this plant. Hello. I'm Rick. I started Rick's Retro. From a young age, I've been a grafter. At 17, I started charity shopping, and it's the golden era of charity shopping when you could pick up Burberry jackets for £4. And I very quickly cottoned on that the stuff that I was buying, I would pay more for elsewhere. Stuff that I'm paying £2 for, I would pay £20, £30 in the shop. So I started buying stuff to put onto eBay to resell. Slowly, I went from selling 3 or 4 things a day to 10 to 15 things a day. I started out earning my proper job. After a couple of months, I quit my proper job, went full time just selling clothes. Over the course of the first year, started finding suppliers throughout the UK, back when I couldn't drive, and I had suppliers up north. I'd have to get a train to London, train up north, spend 2 hours picking just to do the return trip. It was like an 8-9 hour round trip just to spend £1,000. Started buying stuff abroad, importing stuff from America and Asia, like American sportswear and designer like Polo, Tommy, Adidas, Nike, that sort of stuff. Started building a following online, found like Facebook groups full of people who were buying the kind of gear that I was selling. Over the course of the first year, took it from selling in my bedroom to I had a little unit in town, kitted it out with rails and a lighting set up and a shitty little mannequin, and I was taking pictures on my phone. Over the course of the first year, I sold maybe like 1,500 items, 2,000 items, which I was chuffed with, you know. And so I was ready to step into the second year and up the levels, you know. Back in the days, I used to blaze a bit of ganja and I'd sell a bit to my mates. And my pal Danny rang me and he was like, my pal's gonna come pay you a visit. And that was the day that I met my business partner.
Yeah, that's when I walked into Rick's house and I realised, oh fuck, that's Junior Cutton. About a year before this, when I was running my own company called Affiliated, we done like a launch party and Rick was the first geezer there, cutting one absolutely clean, mate. From there onwards, he got the name Junior Cutton from a pal of mine called Caesar. When I walked into that, I was like, oh shit, that's actually Junior Cutton. Let's see what weed he's got. But I did see that his house was like super on top with clothes. You couldn't even walk, you had to like bunny hop from place to place.
But like you came round, the first time you came round, you spent like 2 hours in my gaff and we like devised a business plan right from
the first time?
First time you come round.
Really?
You're around for like 2 hours.
Fucking hell, I didn't know that.
It's news to me.
Yeah. It's the main thing that kind of caught my attention when I was round there is I asked Rick like how much money obviously he made, and I said rumour has it on the street that you're making this much money. And I was like, is it true? And he was like, yeah, and he showed me that it was true. And I was like, right it, like show me everything. I want to see your website, I want to see your photography, I want to see your models, I want to see your, everything that involves in the site. And then he showed it all to me, and I was like, rah, this is actually dog shit, mate.
At the time, I was taking pictures on my iPhone in the corner of my front room on a mannequin.
What was it, Big Cartel or some shit?
Yeah, we were using some shitty website where I could only list 100 things at one time, and weren't using social media. And even still, like I said, in the first year, we'd sold like 2,000 items. And so it was at that point had said, we should get a proper camera, get a proper website, start using social media, start pumping out content.
Get some models as well, man.
Get some models. So I took Majid on just to make me a website. I paid him 500 quid to make me a website, and then which I thought was a fair deal. He that was his rate. That's what you told me.
Fair play. Yeah, you're blessed, mate. Yeah.
So yeah, by this point the new website's out, everything's running smooth, and Majid's gone from being on my payroll to being 50-50 business partners.
Yes, mate, and that's when things actually really started to flourish because I could really put all of my love into the business. And I think that's when you actually I suggested to you we should go to America. Yeah,
Majid said to me, you're selling these American brands, you're selling Tommy Hilfiger, Nike, let's get out to America.
That's when one night I devised a plan with a bit of weed. I thought, yeah, let's go out there, buy a vintage Mustang, pack it into a container, and the rest of the container, any kind of cubic square metre with a bit of space, we'll just shove that with garms, mate.
So we've flown over there. These times we didn't have loads of cash, and nowadays when we travel we get the luxury of a bed each, but back then we were sharing a bed in the cheapest hotel in LA, spooning each other every night.
Yeah, waking up trying to peel Rick off, man, do you know what I'm saying?
Long story short, we ended up funding a bunch of suppliers, we bought a sick, what year was the Mustang?
1976. All right. Do our knees have to be touching the whole time? It's kind of weird.
I don't think it's weird. Moving in then, bro.
Was that all right?
The America trip was probably 7 years ago.
Yeah, 6 or 7 or 8 years ago.
7 years, yeah. From then we've explored Europe, built relationships in Italy, started shopping in Asia. Stuff's running smooth, catching bare flights.
Missing bare flights.
How many flights do you reckon we missed?
Oh, over like the course of like 8 years.
Yeah.
At least 20, mate.
I don't think 20.
Mate, I reckon we've missed 20 flights. I missed like 2 a year.
You've missed 15 of them.
I remember that time we got to Gatwick and the woman was like, yeah, you're on time, but the flight was actually yesterday. One time my mum was literally racing me to Stansted to get me there on time, bless her soul. And she finally got me there on time. My bag went to the extra check and they found all of my cash. They questioned where all the money was from and they thought I was funding terrorism, fucking cunts. And yeah, I kicked off. Next thing I know, 2 big policemen come and give me a letter and say I was banned from Stansted for 24 hours. So I quickly got on the tube to Gatwick and made my way to Naples and got busy.
Amidst all the missed flights, the business grew, the team grew, we've got a bigger warehouse, online's flourishing, we're doing sweet, we've made it through COVID. But then I guess it was post-COVID that we really struggled again. It was in that time where everyone could go outside again, people can go and spend their money, no one's shopping online. And so our back was really against the wall and a lot of big names in our space, their businesses closed.
Yeah, all the big boys were flopping hard, like dropping like flies, mate. Yeah. We were on the verge of crumbling as well. I was even starting to think about a new business. I was thinking, yeah, let's just fucking cut our losses, mate, and chip off and do something else.
Yeah.
And then Rick was flying to Asia to meet me to go buy, and then literally the day before he arrived, we realised we don't even have any money to buy anything because, but he obviously had his flight, and we sat by our pool every day for 12 hours, devising a new plan to basically get ourselves back on top and out of this mess. It was just on a ruthless one.
Yeah, and we rode it out, and we saw the back end of it, and
here we are, breathing, selling clothes.
Yeah, here we are. Fast forward to the current day, business is sweet, we've got some exciting things in the pipeline which we'll get into in a minute, but first we've got some questions from the followers. Best and worst thing about running a vintage clothing business?
Ooh, best thing, traveling.
Yeah, for sure.
And seeing the world. And the worst thing, I suppose, is HMRC.
Yeah, our biggest ops.
I get to choose it. Why do you get to choose it? What's the rarest piece you have found?
The rarest piece I ever found, I don't know if it's the rarest piece, but it's definitely the best deal I ever got. In America, I was at a flea market and there was a geezer, he had loads of track jackets and they were all $15 a pop, and I'm going through them just picking out all like the Nike, the Adidas, all the ones with like the big logos on the back. And I see in there he had like this old polo NASA jacket, zip up. And I said to him, is it all $15? And he was like, yeah, all $15. And I remember this geezer had one eye. Do you know the geezer?
Yeah, I remember, mate. God bless him, mate. No wonder you didn't see how much money it was worth.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm gonna slip right behind him. But yeah, I picked that up $15, and then I think we ended up selling that for like
4 or 5 bills?
Nah, it was like 700 quid or something.
Shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the best deal I ever got. Do you take home all the good clothes for yourself?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
It depends though, man. If it's like well rare and butters and worth loads of peas, I'd rather.
Well, if it's butters, we wouldn't want it.
No, but some people want stuff. We've bought some collector's pieces of Stone Island before that, in my opinion, is actually quite horrible. What's your annual turnover and profit? Next question.
Yeah.
If you could collab with any brand, who would it be and why?
Yeah, that's a cool question. But I think it might be different for both of us. Because
Oh, yeah, it probably will. Me, if I could collab with a brand, probably Clark's. Fucking love a Wallaby.
I reckon Missoni, man, because it would just be so educational. Do you know what I mean? Like, that guy is an engineer. Forget like fashion, man. The guy's just a genius, mate.
Do you ever plan on opening a shop?
Oh, that's where me and you differ, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rick would like to open a shop one day. I wouldn't mind a shop, but personally, I'd prefer just to smash more online because I'm quite antisocial like that.
Yeah. I love it when we do pop-ups. It's nice, like meeting people. It's cool, like traveling places. I think for now we're just trying to focus on doing more pop-ups, right? And then like in time, maybe we'll open a shop. But right now, just trying to do pop-ups and smash online. Would you guys ever consider dropping an app?
Oh, finally, a real good question.
Yeah, so analytics shows there are a huge amount of people who shop with us shop through mobile, so it makes sense to drop an app.
Yeah, and after seeing this, I was on making an app ASAP, but I was unsure on what software to be using because I wanted to be running off our own software, more like eBay or Amazon. How initially this app actually started was I was on a beach in Costa Rica trying to find a new dev to take over the work, and I went into a beach bar and ended up cracking on with this Ukrainian wrestler who had like mad cauliflower ear. And turns out he was actually also a dev, and he linked me up with a team in Ukraine, and we've been fucking with them for like 2.5 years now, and it's been a roller coaster of a ride considering the war in Ukraine.
Yeah, we saw it all pop off. Like we'd speak to them every day, and they'd literally tell us that like tanks are rolling through their town, or like the church in their city just got bombed.
It made me feel like not to complain, you know, because these guys were having electricity cuts and still making it work. Sometimes I would be like, you know, where's this piece of algorithm that I need? And you've been saying you're going to work on. I speak to one of my guys in Ukraine, and he's actually in a bunker. So it's like, take your time, G. Do you know what I'm saying? Take it easy, man. I just, with all the love, I hope you're all good. Do you know what I mean? If that was a rough road for everybody, but obviously minor for me compared to them. Let's be real. After seeing that, it was actually inspirational as well, because I fuck with this kind of mentality of like, you will not stop us, you know. They're in bunkers, they're getting electric cuts, like I said, and they're still striving forward, coding things, producing things, and making shit actually happen. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So God bless to all the guys in Ukraine who are soldiering through, and not only just soldiering through, but keeping a smile on their face and still having time to bust a joke and talk some shit, you know. So yeah, big respect to all the guys out there. But yeah, if we're going on past all the difficulties and that, if you want to actually talk about the app, it's going to have software that you guys have never seen before. There's software in there that's going to allow you to create your own personal shopper. So for example, if you're looking for a pair of jeans in Versace red waist 32, you put that into your search, and the moment we upload something in Versace red waist 32, maybe women's or men's, you can also select, that will pop up in the new software for you guys, so you can be the first to know about what you're looking for before anybody else.
Alongside our new shopping app, we're also dropping our new website, which is a massive level up from the current one. We're super gassed to get it out, and we're excited for you to all see it. Sweet, is that us?
Yeah, that's it.
Nice, smashed it, bro. Big ups. Nice. Cool. Oh yeah, come to our event, Feb 10th, Bussy Building in Peckham, doors open at 11.
Yeah, we're going to launch this baby, you know what I'm saying? NASA style.